Till June 16th, 25. Okay? You know, today we went down to my husband's attorney. Okay? And Carl, when I was out of the room, he said, it is illegal for a doctor to take you unaware. And she said, yes. He said, I want you to tell Karen that. She said, I know she already knows that. It is very illegal. They go to jail. And it's not admissible because of HIPAA and Privacy Act. Your medical records are your own. Your doctor can't go around gossiping and helping a cult. It's not my doctor. He works for them and they have lied. It was one of mine. They defrauded that agent. I don't know who it is. Michelle already told on him. The Texas group has already told on him it's a big fraud scheme. And the Florida. And that guy, Will, that's to run a scam here, to join them, he won't quit scamming people. You know, in 22 in Cuyahoga Falls, they said it's a big extortion ring. Look at them. All they do is run around thinking they can steal. Even their scam that John was supposed to be meeting with Will in his office. John lives in Florida. Friday, some guy was outside my work and they said the ones investigating said, none of this is funny. Her son lives in Florida. Then who have I been meeting with? They said it was some guy impersonating him. See, it's a big con. The whole thing. Hell would freeze over after what Melissa did to him. After their divorce, she dropped off the kids. He goes in to use the bathroom. She comes in his house uninvited. That's trespassing. Breaking and entering, actually. Just walked in his house. It's not her house. He goes to come out. She screams and lunges at him. Out of reaction, he pushed her. You know, somebody screaming, lunging at you, you're going to push. You're going to block yourself. Looked at him, left, said, now I got you. Called the cops, had him arrested for domestic violence. Lost his kids for almost a year. A year. Got arrested, had to get an attorney. And then even fight for visitation rights for her bitch move. Bitch move. He finally moved to Florida, remarried. Just moved out of state, tired of dealing with him. Sees him a couple times a year because of her bitch move. Hell would freeze over before he would ever help her. Get it? He asked me to babysit Kenzie Carrington in 19 or 20. I was working 2 jobs. See, I'm tired of that. Some guy named Will. Is he he's Bill from the Freemasons, right? The one running a big scam here, trying to join the Texas group. Him and that guy, some guy named Pete, impersonating a judge. Running a drug scam. You know, the difference, like people said, even last night, I played a tape. I have Jen tape. And we're talking about Melissa setting up John. And how mean of a move that is. How evil. And then we talk about the 4th. She verifies I was outside with her and they were in the basement having pillow fights. Okay? And I played it last night for Carl. Okay? And I go to work and a lady pulls in behind me and we listen to that recording. Okay? She was outside with everyone else. Do you know why they don't want her to upload her videos? Because it's evidence. We all know it's legal to tape somebody while just having a conversation. Totally legal. It's like taping an event, Christmas party cookout, family get together. Do your videos. Ohio is a one-party conversation only while you're having a conversation with them. just like a Christmas party, birthday party, cookout. They're your videos. You don't need their permission. What these people did by setting up button camera stalking and being so weird of saying they had special permission by the chief of police. No, they didn't. Sheriffs had no idea what they were doing, and what they did is illegal. They lied. They have been running around lying to everybody, trying to pull off a scam. So all it is a scam. And then, and that lady with the Louisville police, how she's going to get Dixie arrested, trying to extort money out of the government. She's setting everybody up to put their name on it so they can go to jail for this part. And she's promising an endless amount of money from the government, trying to trick them to be arrested. I told the FBI on that bitch. But like that lady said, we all know it's legal to tape a conversation while you're in it. It's just like your cell phone. It's just like recording a party. But they set up button cameras. Stalking. See, what they did is considered stalking. Cyber stalking. It's a federal crime. There's a difference of taping a cookout, Christmas party, and even a conversation with your cell phone while you're in the conversation. And it's a one-party tape of in the conversation. You have to be the one recording it. Got it? You can't do anything to the other person. You can't ever be a doctor. Alright, now we're going to finish out the statement I did of being sick on the other video. 2017, we had got a $10,000 plus loan for fixing up our old house on Lenox. Okay. We put $4,500 in the back driveway, $2,000 in the upstairs bathroom. They took $500 back of supplies, and he got an $1,800 bonus, and everything else disappeared. When give it back, everybody knew $5,000 to $6,000 disappeared. Okay, my car started getting scratched long ways, and I could hear voices while I was out. I stay up at night and scrape all wallpaper and paint wallpaper at work. I can hear voices outside, and then get up and there's a long scratch on my car. If they're that close, we got a security system. Okay. By fall, he's leaving to work early. Try to get Dixie to phone. Thank God she didn't. He got caught with pot in his system. He called me that that he had crashed a machine, and I'm like, so? He's like, I said, what happens? I have to have a drug test. Boy, we're supposed to be Christian. I didn't even swear back then. We didn't do drugs. He said, you don't understand, I'm in trouble. He got caught with pot in his system, got suspended for a week. He bragged to Daniel, enjoying Grandma now, you won't have one after Christmas, made him cry. I had to call Terry and my mom and calm him down. Then we had an attempt to break in, and he made a mistake with the Perry police. They knew where the security system was. That cop was all over him. By Christmas, we had bought John's kids' bikes. We went over, and they weren't there, and we got a hold of them. They said we could leave them in the kitchen. Went back on Christmas Eve. Her family was there, and they were having a buffet dinner. We went in and talked, and we asked them if they liked the bikes. Why would we thank you? Some other lady in the church bought them. And they make fun of him for having pot in the system. By March, our house is up for sale. Burl German wasn't always in there, and he'd let me show it. Had over an hour and a half till I show it, and I wanted to go out to Bob and get coffee, and I was talking to Dave. And he kept insisting for me to go Lincoln Way. And he kept screaming at me, and I was like, fine, I'll go Lincoln Way. I lived there 25 years. There was a setup. There was a car. Davis jumped behind me on Lincoln Way, and every time I moved, he moved. And when I turned to go back to Genoa, I had just got a bigger SUV at that time. Within about a month, my foot on the brake, my wheel turned left, and he hit me. It got stuck between me and the building. The Perry police said he would have rolled you the way he hit you if you wouldn't have had your foot on the brake. He would have rolled you. And I can't let you go home alone. Had me call Dave. I went over to Danny and Jen's afterwards, and Kaylee's there. She's like, well, you know about Savannah. I said, I know of a Savannah, but I don't know her. What do you mean you don't know her? Why would I? She's that little kid that sits with her parents. Her parents went to that church a long time ago. I don't know her. Why? What do you mean you don't know her? Why would I? She's like, well, you know that baby she holds? And I said, I seen her holding a baby. And she's like, that's some big drug dealer's baby. And I'm like, what does that have to do with it? Went home, looked it up. It was her Facebook friend. That followed her around to me. I thought, what does she have to do with it? And then I helped Terry clean out her apartment. And that's when I was loading up extra boxes into my vehicle because we were going to be moving. And the white van pulls up, the side door goes open. Tall white man with black hair, grayish white hoodie, jeans, white tennis shoes, hood up over his head. I got her. And I'm yelling at her, go back in the building. And she literally picked up her walker at that point and ran. I threw the box in the car, ran around, got my car, looked over, made sure she got in, threw it in reverse. He hit the back of my car. She got away and lunged around the building, and then it chased me for a while. Then when we were lucky enough to close on both houses, I was almost carjacked, and Dave took off and left me. And when the car blocked the whole road, out stepped a white man with jeans, cowboy boots, tall white man, black hair. David took off through a side road and left me there, and by the grace of God, a car started coming towards us, and they put their lights in his face, and he took off. Or I would have been dead that night. With all those attempts, I'm not dead. And he was so mad. He hit me with a board in the face, ran off to the store. According to the neighbor, he showed up at the store in Ravenna and screamed out he didn't want his wife anymore. Asked those people in the store of Ravenna to help get rid of me. And by the 6th day, somebody had kicked in my door, the wall over out. That's when the button cameras went up. And then I started waking up with bruises, throwing up, almost passing out, including from the neighbor. I come in, wash my hands, make something to eat and drink, go in, use the bathroom, wash my hands better, come out and drink out of a 2-liter Diet Coke, the room and go Disney Black. Or I'd wake up with injection marks, orange, lemon, grapefruit-sized bruises, throwing up, almost passing out, and a severe swollen personal infection. And I'm blaming the dirty orange water that I'm showering in. And here I'm being drugged for fake confessions and being raped. August 8th of 18, I had a light in the security system. I called 911 and the cops were silly. They told me I looked like an alien or an angry spirit. Told me buy a dog and let a dog handle it. They didn't want bother. Okay? September 3rd to 6th, Dave had made a snotty comment about wanting another woman. And I'm like, you want another woman? I'll take my things and leave. You're not allowed to leave. Jack and I had this plan since March. Well, if you have something planned, I'll just give up everything. Jack said you wouldn't give up everything willingly, and we have to do it this way. I try to get a job at Advanced America. They have a girl show up at another store, cost me that job. I go up the next day. They verify it wasn't me. Try to give me my job back, and it was ruined. That was September 18th of 18. I didn't hang up on Terry on her phone call where she was watching some lady's kid. I thought it was maybe the person who cost me the job. I didn't hang up. Instead, I got the churches taking up $25,000, and it was Keith Bishop, Stranger Ron. They hired 2 men to kill me because Ron wants me dead because I got one of the years kid died. Then Dave pulled me down. Harry hired 2 men to kill me. One to slit my throat, stab me in the heart. You'll bleed out, Karen. I got 1 to shoot you if you run. That was September 21st, 18 at 3 o'clock in the morning, 30 minutes. He held me down. Katie was telling Sarah and her old manager and co-worker in the mall that it had been her church trying to have me killed. With all the tents bragging it was them. A guy shows up and threatens to knife me at Giant Eagle on September 21st, 18. And I got away from him. And then the other guy shows up in What a Shame at the other Walmart and kept staring at me like a dead animal. And then that night, Dave bragged his girlfriend was rich and powerful and family owned a place I wouldn't be able to withstand. I told him it wasn't a communist country. Nobody owns a place. And I took time and I prayed. And that's when my sister Pam kept insisting I called the FBI that they take care of Dave and the churches for trying to have me harmed and leaving threats on my life. And that's when I called the FBI. It was probably around September 23rd to October 4th of 18. Called a hotline for help. Then they drugged me out so bad I couldn't answer the phone the next day. Let it go to voicemail. Later on, when I woke up, I couldn't even stand up straight. I was so sick, I kept thinking, what on earth is wrong with me? I'd already lost 18 pounds. I never seen or talked to anybody for the FBI. I only had repair guys, installation guys, and family in my home. Not even my neighbors. And I got back in bed, and I listened to that voicemail of, this is Agent, call me back, and I fell back to sleep. I can't. Second day, not much better. Third day, made myself get up. Got enough air in my face, called one of my witnesses, said she'd witnessed for me, put a card, not bought a card, put that agent's number in, dropped it off at the mall, went up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Pamer was screaming in Dave's face, my God, I had an FBI agent. My office is right there. I walk off. Women come up, she's being drug beaten, right? He said he didn't care. I go in and I sit down, they follow me. He said, she's being drug beaten, raped. He said he didn't care if she was going to be thinking she was sick and thinking she got well. That family was grieving. Strangers lied to cover up Tim and Katie. And if she was going to be mean to their women, he was going to turn her back over to them. Can you imagine an agent saying that? And then Dave comes in, let's go, and then he threatens to kill me on the way home, goes for a gun. I had to put my hand on the console, beat me all the way home, and I ran from him. Next morning, Rivers of Tears called that agent back. And he confesses he talked to everyone, made fun of me for that. Some guy named Pete, still don't know who he is. And something about a doctor. I thought maybe it was a lady that used my insurance. I thought maybe it was one of hers. No, it's a scam. The whole thing is a scam. Even laughed at me at how he knew those church people were trying to kill me because the strangers lie and mocked me. He admitted he talked to everyone, made me beg for my life, then listed me informant with money and immunity. Then if you tell the FBI I won't help you, and I'll tell people you're crazy, but if you need help, the chief of police at Canton is my best friend, and he'll make sure the Canton police always protect you if you can't get a hold of me. I told the Stark County Prosecutor's Office that. He laughed. I cried. He said that agent don't even have authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. It takes a judge due to the freedom of speech. Only in a jury trial. He's only a higher police officer. He was only bullying you. Can't bully you into false statements under threats. He can't make up his own rules as for risking your life to get them information. And no judge can sign it with taking someone's freedom of speech away, because they can only do it during a jury trial. You get the money for risking your life, and risking your life only to get the government information. You can tell whoever you want. He can't say a word. He was only bullying you.